And we start recording. And then we go to this slide, which is about, this is the listening task, and about talking about oneself. So we've read the text about Dr. Ahmed, and now we're going to listen to what she says about herself. And here there are 5 questions that we should answer later. Can you see the slide? Hello.
Yes, we can.
Yes, you can see the slide. Thank you for the feedback. Okay, Mostafa Saber is joining us. Now I'm just turning on the recording. Look through the questions just to understand what we should pay attention to while listening. In the first question about how difficult was it for Doctor to talk about herself. The second about her weakness. Then number 3, does she have it now? The 4th example of her weakness, and number 5, her feelings about recording and analyzing her weaknesses. Now let's listen. I'm just turning it on, and you should you please tell me if you can hear.
Unit 7, Listening 1.
Can you hear?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Unit 7, Listening 1.
This brings me to an aspect of the training and job application process in New Zealand, which I initially found alien to my cultural background. Talking about oneself, especially about strengths and weaknesses. A weakness I used to have was over-empathizing with the parents and becoming upset when something went wrong with one of the children. In the recent interview for my present post, I related a case where a child almost didn't recover from an attack of meningitis, and I became very upset, even in the presence of the mother. I mentioned how I recorded both the good and bad experiences as part of my daily reflection, and how I talked to colleagues afterwards and soon realized that they had faced the same problems. I now see recording and analyzing my weaknesses in a more positive light, as a means for self-education and advancement.
And for the second time.
Unit 7, Listening 1.
This brings me to an aspect of the training and job application process in New Zealand, which I initially found alien to my cultural background. Talking about oneself, especially about strengths and weaknesses. A weakness I used to have was over-empathizing with the parents and becoming upset when something went wrong with one of the children. In the recent interview for my present post, I related a case where a child almost didn't recover from an attack of meningitis, and I became very upset, even in the presence of the mother. I mentioned how I recorded both the good and bad experiences as part of my daily reflection, and how I talked to colleagues afterwards and soon realized that they had faced the same problems. I now see recording and analyzing my weaknesses in a more positive light, as a means for self-education and advancement.
Okay. Let us answer the questions. Dilara, please, the first question.
Yes, why was it difficult for Dr. Ahmed to talk about herself? I think found it alien to her cultural background.
Will you remind us what country does she live in? What country is she from, Dr. Ahmed? I mean, New Zealand, yes. She lives in New Zealand. She works there in New Zealand. Okay, and she says, you're right, that talking about herself, like analyzing herself, was kind of alien to our culture. It means that she doesn't belong to New Zealand culture. She belongs to another culture. Which culture does she belong to? Judging by her name, Dr. Ahmed, yeah? Nasrin Ahmed. Does she belong to a New Zealand culture? Mhm. She is from, yes? Which
I
culture does
think she belongs to Arabic culture.
Yes, probably to Arabic culture, like her name is Arabic. Mhm. Okay. Yes, and mhm. Okay, what about the second question? Bere? Bere?
Yes.
Oh, read the second question, please.
What does she describe as a weakness in herself? I think not being able to communicate much and
Mhm.
talk about strange things and weaknesses.
Actually, in her work, does she need to speak about her weaknesses and strengths? So
Yeah.
no, she doesn't need it. So she deals with patients, right? And so she describes her weakness in relation to her patients. How did she feel about patients? Who remembers? Who can help us? As you know,
Background.
sorry, will you repeat, please?
It's the alien background.
Feeling empathy, yes?
Yes.
Too much empathy, yeah. And just like becoming upset about their patients. Mhm. Yes, this is what she speaks about her weaknesses. Okay, what she says about her weaknesses. And now, Jeren, question number 3.
Does she have the weakness now?
Mhm.
Yes.
Does she have this weakness now? Because she says that she analyzed her strengths and weaknesses, and she made some kind of conclusions. So actually, she says that
No.
she doesn't have
No.
this weakness now. Mhm. Okay, Yahya, please. Question number 4, Yahya.
Yes. What examples does she use to explain her weakness?
Mhm.
To be upset, to be.
She was upset when?
I didn't remember.
Who remembers this case? What example does she use to illustrate that the weakness doesn't help in her job? When? Yes.
To be upset when something strong.
Shouldn't be upset. You should be strong. Mohammed Nabil.
When the child didn't
Uh-huh.
recover from the attack.
Of what kind of disease was it? Meningitis. Yes, meningitis. And she was upset, and So she showed it to the parents, yes? So she showed her weakness to the parents. That was her mistake. Mhm. And she just gives this example when she when she says that how she has worked on this weakness and was able to overcome this weakness. Okay, and now Tala, what do you think of question 5?
Question 5 will be what does she now feel about recording and analyzing her weakness? She said about the feeling about recording and analyzing, she puts in more positive light.
Yes, in more positive light because it helps. Yes.
Yes.
How does it help? She mentions just 2 specific things where the analyze of weaknesses can help. She says about
Education.
self-education, right? And what else?
Advancement.
Advancement. Yes, she speaks about advancement and self-education. Okay, and if we move to the
Unit 7.
next slide, here there are some just ideas. Dr. Ahmed mentions how she recorded both the good and bad experiences as part of her daily reflection. What do you understand by reflection? What does it mean, reflection? She has written just good experiences, bad experiences. And so she reflects about this. What is reflection?
Opposite.
Sorry?
Opposite.
What? Sorry? Will you repeat, please?
About opposite something.
Procedure, yeah?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so reflection is analysis, yes?
The positive side, maybe, of her character.
Okay.
Maybe that's
Okay, so and if we speak about this recording, the question is: Have you ever been asked to keep a record of your learning experiences, for example? So, or not about learning experience, some kind of record of your feelings, your behavior. Have you ever done this? Have you ever kept a record of experiences, of your feelings, of your thoughts? For example, me in the childhood, I tried to have a diary and where I just wrote what I've done during the day, what I felt, my thoughts about this. But I didn't keep it long. I mean, it didn't become a habit. So, but I tried to record my feelings and thoughts. Have you ever done this?
No, doctor.
No, I see. I mean, the question is, would this be acceptable in all cultures, like writing about just advantages and disadvantages, about strengths and weaknesses, and speaking about them and just analyzing, like, is it acceptable in your culture, for example? Do people do this, often do this? Analyze and share their experience and their thoughts, their reflections about this. Do they do like this in your culture?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, yes, I mean that the New Zealand culture, like maybe a little bit different when people are more straightforward in expressing their thoughts and feelings. But I think it does make sense to analyze your behavior, your experience, and your thoughts. And we'll speak about this a little bit later today. So the question, is it easy to talk about your strengths and weaknesses? Of course it's not, yeah, as I see. And yes, I would also like you to let us focus on the following. This just vocabulary task. We've read the story about Dr. Ahmed, and she mentions like a lot of children diseases, but she uses some kind of medical technical terms. So these are like infectious parotitis, varicella, mobile, and etc. And here on this slide, we can see the non-technical names for these diseases. And we should write these terms in pairs. The first non-technical term plus the medical technical term, the medical term for this disease. For example, number 1, chickenpox. What is the medical term for chickenpox? So the child has this chickenpox here in the picture. So the medical term for this is, yes, Dilara, please.
Varicella.
Varicella, yes. So we should write chickenpox, varicella. So please, like 2 minutes for you to write the corresponding medical terms next to the conversational, like just the common names. So write them down, please. If you don't know, please do the research on the internet. 2 minutes for you. Start, please. Well, now let us check what we've done. Yes, Tala, please, the second line.
Okay, about the German melanosis, it will be rubella.
Rubella, yeah, rubella. Okay, it is also about some kind of spots, yeah, on the body. Okay. Well, the next is for Yosif. Number 3, please.
Whooping cough. It's pertussis.
Yeah, this is pertussis. Pertussis, whooping cough. Well, the next is the Shema. Four.
Months.
Mhm.
It's months. It's the same.
Sorry, will you repeat louder, please, Shema?
Yeah, it's the same.
What is mumps?
Virus.
Virus. What kind of virus? This is inflammation of parrot glands. It's called
Parotitis.
Parotitis. Yeah, parotitis. Okay, Dilara, please. Number 5.
Measles, right?
Yes.
Rubella.
Rubeola. Yeah, right. Okay. Then Bere. Number 6.
Yep. Yes. Lar crop. Lar gons. Hair bronchitis.
Yes, very long with laryngo
Yes, very long.
tracheobronchitis. Okay, and the last one. Yes, Mohammed Nabil, please.
Lockjaw, tetanus.
Yes, this is tetanus. Tetanus. Okay, and so we have written all these pairs of terms, and so there are 7 sentences here on this slide, and we should use the non-technical words to complete the sentences. So non-technical, I mean the words from this list from the left-hand column, like chickenpox, German measles, and so on. So please, Esginur, read the first sentence, please.
Yes, if he had epiglottis, he would have stridor all the time and not just when he is upset. So I think it's
So stridor here is the inspiratory sound due to partial obstruction of upper airways.
It's
So
croup.
this is croup. Yes,
Croup.
so I think it's croup. You're right. So please, everyone, look through the other sentences and just write which word is missing. So 2 minutes for you. Well, let us read it. So Tala, please, the second sentence.
The glands behind his ear are up, but there are usually no correlation with mumps.
With the mumps, yeah. So the common word for parotitis, yeah, mumps. Okay, then the next, please, Bere. Bere,
Yes.
number 3. Read it.
If you have just been waited for, I don't know, sorry. You will need to avoid getting pregnant for the next 6 months. I think measles, I think.
So German measles, yes, this is the common name for rubella, yes, German measles. Yes, because this is the rather dangerous disease, especially for babies, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so the next is for Jeren, please.
If he had and he have several symptoms like fever, conjunctivitis, cough, and runny nose, I think it's just a viral rash he's got.
What looks like similar to
Measles.
Okay, so this is measles, but the child doesn't have measles. Okay, and Yahya, please. Yahya?
The 5 sentence.
Yes.
If he had all his jabs, then he is well protected against. Even if he broke the skin with the dirty needles, chickenpox.
What kind of disease can happen if, like this, if somebody breaks the skin with a dirty needle? I mean, what kind of infection can penetrate into the body with a dirty needle? Yes?
I think chickenpox.
Chickenpox.
Yes.
Chickenpox is an infection which spreads like by air, but what kind of infectious disease can spread with dirty things? If somebody hurts himself with a dirty needle, so there is a danger of what? The danger of tetanus. And tetanus, the common word for tetanus, what is it? Who remembers? Look at the previous slide. What did you write?
Lockjaw.
Yes, this is lockjaw. Yeah, lockjaw. The next is number 6, and let us listen to Mustafa Sabir.
I think he's got doctor. He had fever and then he come out in spots on his body in clumps, and then they start to escape over.
And here is what? So the spots on the body.
Drapia.
The spots on the body that like in the previous picture. So what do we call this kind of disease? So the medical term is varicella, and the common word is
Chickenpox.
Chickenpox, yeah, chickenpox. Okay, and the next is for Mohamed Nabil. Number 7. Mohamed
Yes,
Nabil? Mhm.
yeah. If he had a woven cough, wouldn't he have a strong breathing and sound and coughing fits with vomiting?
Yes. Okay. Good.
Woven.
Yes, we will have the chance to revise these the medical and non-medical terms as a home assignment, because the home assignment is connected with the names of and conditions of children and the names of these diseases. And so the only thing we have time to is for the home assignment, so which is here on this slide. So the home assignment is connected with the description of strengths and weaknesses. You should talk about, like, talking about weaknesses is seen as a sign of failure, and talking about strength is considered boasting. However, from another viewpoint, not being aware of one's weaknesses or acting to improve them can also be viewed as failure. So acknowledging strengths, knowing where they lie, is an important part of understanding one's progress. And the task is to describe your own strengths and weaknesses. And you should also add examples. If you state something, if you make the statement, write a sentence, you should provide the example. And so you should just write about your strengths and weaknesses, and then you should tell this story just looking at the camera, and you should record a video on YouTube. And so when you are speaking, make sure you talk about genuine qualities that relate to yourself. And you can start with, like, I feel that I am, and so on. And do you know how to record video on YouTube?
No, we don't know.
You don't know. Do you have the Gmail account? Gmail. Do you have Gmail?
Email, you mean?
So
Yes.
if you do have Gmail, you
Yes.
can find the YouTube channel. You can easily find the YouTube channel. There are 9 dots like in the top right corner of the screen when you open your Gmail, and you can find there, like, so the calendar, Gmail, pictures, and one of the options is YouTube channel, your own YouTube channel. So you'll click on the YouTube channel, and you can just upload your record here to YouTube. So if it is short, there won't be any problems. Then when you have done this, you can give access, limited access. If you don't want the other people just to watch your video, or if it's not a problem for you, you may just open access to all people, and just everyone who is interested can watch your video. And you should give me, yes, not me, you should upload the link to the Moodle. So I'll just make the folder for this assignment. And when you have recorded the video, you to the YouTube channel, you just give the link, just send the link, not just send, but yes, put the link on Moodle. So is it clear? Hello.
Yes, teacher.
So
we
this-
should do record a video and put it on YouTube and put the link in the model, right?
Exactly. Yes. Right. Yeah.
When the deadline?
The deadline is the weekend. The weekend this week. This week. Yeah. at the end of the week. Mhm. So I haven't done it yet on the Moodle, but I'll do it exactly after the class. So the assignment.
What
yeah.
should I talk about?
You should talk about this, your strengths and weaknesses, and you should give examples of your strengths and weaknesses. And you should think about this, like what the Dr. Ahmed was speaking about, this similar way. Mhm. What you are strong at, what you are good at, and also which spheres need to be improved. So like this. Mhm.
Thank you.
Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay, so if you do, if somebody has the experience of working with YouTube, please write in the group and please help your group mates, because this is a kind of new activity for us. We haven't done it yet. So some of your group mates can have some just difficulty with this, okay? Help each other, please. And you are free to write to me, just in case you cannot solve your problem yourself, okay?